time once again to update 6 aspects. We've got a pretty exciting game this year, a lot of good updates with the game, so I hope that you enjoy it. I'm doing this right before GenCON. This is GenCON 50, so it's kind of exciting. 2017, so let's go ahead and jump right into the demo. So first things first that you're going to notice with the demo is that we've got all new models. I just got to a place where it was that I decided that I wasn't able to get enough models quickly enough at the level that I wanted them to be at for the game, so I wanted to basically have something that was a little bit more presentable. Also notice we now have different rows for different actions. So for instance, if you look at this mage character, you've got staff attack in the front and then fireball in the back, so we actually need to move them back. Unfortunately, I have to do a remove and then re-add them with the add button here. So let's go ahead and put them. We'll put them right there. He's still the leader of this team. Tactics works as well, and also we have a class change button, which is pretty sweet. So you can come in here and as you've selected a character, and you can change him into something else, which is pretty awesome. Although it seems like there's an issue with this build. Alright, so we'll go ahead and cancel out of that, and we're going to load our level and play some of the action in the level again. Okay, so not too much has changed with the dialogue. I didn't have enough time to really flip that stuff around. The dialogue basically just explains what you're trying to do in the game. Of course, the models have changed, and I've also added on some labels on the things so you can kind of tell what things are. We're going to go ahead and set up our units to kind of fan out, of course, divide and conquer. We're going to progress through these stages fairly quickly. Basically, you need to click on a unit and then click on a location where you want them to go, and it'll set up a flag. I went ahead and made the flags a little bit bigger and the arrow that points to each character a little bit bigger as well. And nothing's going to happen until we hit this go button. In stage 2, there is a timer that ticks down that's going to hit that go button for you. So hit that, and we'll get some more dialogue. You'll also notice that I've upgraded a lot of the buttons and those sort of things to different graphic sets, so that's pretty sweet. And there's some exciting stuff that's going to be coming up in the combat, so hopefully we'll get to see some of that pretty soon. This game has been a long time coming, and I really feel like we're getting close to the end of the features list to start really building out the levels and that sort of thing. We've got a lot of classes planned for the game, so I hope that is exciting for you to try out as well. Alright. Just keep progressing on here. Get into combat pretty soon, I'm sure. Might want to redo some of the locations here. Revector some stuff. So Josh with that right. At the very beginning, when I was setting stuff up, I was setting up leaders, and these avatars are actually dynamic. These are the actual leaders of your teams, which is pretty sweet. There is some issues with some things, which I'm going to describe as we go through the demo here. Most of it has to do with some of the other features that we've implemented without giving you a lot of extra stuff to show. So we got this mage back here. Let's see what he's going to do. Uh-oh! Fireball. Wow. So right now we didn't have time to make it impact the actual characters, so it doesn't explode on the actual characters, but it's pretty sweet looking. Unfortunately we lost that combat, so we're going to get pushed back here. Things are really starting to come along though. I think that I'm just really excited. It's really great to play the game and actually enjoy playing the game, which I had this week as I was play testing it. Looks like his unit just got killed, just got taken down. After the stages were over, we had a heal button, or not a heal button, but we had an auto heal that was implemented. You're going to see after this that that's no longer the case. You'll have to heal your own units. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot to show you that units are damaged, so just be aware of that when you're playing the demo. Again, this is a demo, it's just a work in progress, so just make sure that you kind of understand where I'm coming from. Yeah, I'm planning on having quite a few classes in the game. The original plan was to have at least 20, so we might have up to 30 classes in the game, and then I can always add on more as it goes. And maybe one day we can build some sort of multiplayer options for the game, or use the engine that I've already built and make a multiplayer version of the game, which I think would be a lot of fun. Play against people online. And that fireball is just so satisfying to see that. It's been a long time coming to see effects like that coming into the game, so actually thinned out the trees right here so that way you could see the action a little bit better. There was just too much cover. I mean, I do like the way they sweep across your vision, but it was just a little bit too distracting, I think. These used to be kobolds. These are actually rat men, so I'm going to be changing some of the dialogue around, or you know, again, these are mostly like test stages, so we may get entirely new stages. Some of the stuff that's going to be coming up in the next patch is we're going to be taking the units, and we're going to figure out what all the terrain types it is that they like, and then let's say that there's a lot of mountain type characters, well then that unit will be a mountain type unit, and it'll function better, it'll fight better in mountains, that sort of thing. It'll get some buffs, some bonuses when it's in mountains. It'll also move faster in mountains than other characters, so we'll be doing that. Right now the experience system is pretty flat, so we're going to be working on that as well. Hoping to kind of like beef up that experience system just a little bit to make it a little bit better. The main idea here with the experience system is what I want to do is I want to have basically if your units are weaker than the ones you destroy, then you get more experience, and if you're stronger than them, you get less experience. That's the basic idea of what we're going for with that. Of course, the archers aren't shooting anything. A lot of the animations, we're going to be working on that coming up pretty soon as well, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also excited to announce that we're going to be having like melee animations as well. Alright, so our units look normal, but if we take a zoom in on our units and take a look at them, we can see that he's at negative 29 hit points. So we'll be looking at that to zero that out, but basically we need to heal this guy. So we just come over here, hit the heal all button, and we're going to heal all of our units. It's going to cost us 4,423. That's because we have some dead units, and that'll get deducted from our gold values. We had nobody level up in this last one, so we aren't going to try to change any classes just yet. So let's go ahead and look at, let's go ahead and go to, let's add in some more stuff into our units and maybe make some better choices on things here. So if we come over here, we can see that this character has a special ability in the center, or basically in this third row. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's move her to the third row. I like to keep her in the middle, so that way there's no possible way she's not in the third row. I think that's kind of an interesting position to be in for a lot of things. We're going to add in some more units into here. We got another squire. Just kind of beef these units up. Another fire mage. Want to keep him in the back. Archer, sure. Another archer. Now these archers aren't really acting like archers right now. We need to actually flip around some of their abilities that they do. This one, yeah, we want to move back a little bit, so let's go ahead and move her and move her back, so she's actually going to use her bow effectively. Lightning bolt, so we can put one of these guys in the middle, so that way he can always do lightning bolt. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to implement any graphics for that one. All right, let's go to level 2 right now. Level 2 enemies are a little bit stronger. Right now, also, if you do a level and then you do a level again, then it's basically just going to run all the same stuff on your level. Also, I went ahead and was a little bit more verbose about the home base portion, so if you get your home base taken out, then you lose, although it doesn't. The congratulations screen still says congratulations. So you wouldn't really necessarily know that you lost the battle. So you can see on here we've got this countdown. If that countdown reaches 0, it'll actually hit the go button for you. However, I'm not going to spend that kind of time doing that during this demo session here. Here I am turning towards this rat man. Combat. The towns that you take over are actually worth money at the end of the battle. We also have an issue with leaders in the Ratmen units, where it is that those Ratmen in the units are not, when you kill their leaders, they aren't actually retreating back to their base. So we have to address that pretty soon as well. When your leaders die, you do lose control, but it's not very verbose. We don't really tell you that you've lost control of your units. So we will be working on that soon as well. There's plenty of features that actually need to get implemented, which are kind of tied to things we're already doing. We just kind of need to be a little bit clearer about what's happening. Here you can see we got flanked from the right side. I put my mage out of position in that second row where he won't be able to throw that fireball, unfortunately. So we'll get that really cool fireball animation and turn towards his target. There's also some issue where sometimes the characters aren't animating because other things are happening at the same time. Alright, let's just keep pressing on. And of course there's a walking animation that doesn't happen after the combat for some reason. The walking animation wants to stop walking until it is that you set flags or something again. I guess we could turn towards this guy. Of course, I'm open to suggestions for classes that you might want to see. I think one of the most exciting ones I'd like to see would be some sort of like carpet crossbowman, like a guy riding a carpet. I also want to have flying units eventually, where it'll show up on the map as they're kind of like hovering above the ground. And those units won't be affected by terrain as far as movement, but they'll be a little bit weaker overall, so like they won't have any natural terrain that they fight in. That would be pretty interesting. Now let's go towards those guys. We'll have this guy go down over to here. And that guy's got an assignment, so sure. Right now all the attacks are just doing damage. In the future what we want the attacks to do is different things to different units, where it is that maybe we can push them back on the thing, or they can step forward or step back if we want to. So things will be a little bit more dynamic when we're in combat. And again, I want to make sure, oh, it looks like we lost control of Steph. Yeah, she's retreating. She lost her leader, unfortunately. Again, it's not verbose, so I would have no idea except that I made the game. Took those guys down pretty hard. With the rounds, the way the rounds work is that everybody attacks at the same time. This means that two characters could potentially actually kill each other with this, at the same time. I wanted to make sure to be able to do that. I don't think that's something that's addressed very often in a lot of RPGs because they're straight turn-based. I wanted this to be less turn-based than other RPGs, I guess, and that's why I have this go button. Although that does become a turn in a way, it's more of a thing where I do planning, and then I hope that my plan works because I have to see what's going to happen. So, I mean, I still feel like this is as close as you get to a turn-based real-time game, this idea, but I don't know. Your comments would be appreciated on that. Another thing I want to do in the future is maybe some sort of hidden towns, hidden villages. So like this Pennsylvania over here, it would be hidden until you actually walked a unit over it. Yeah, flanked them. So you put that mage out of position, kill that leader, but of course they'll still do what they're doing. Wow, I just vaporized my guy with that fireball though. Took down the leader. And like I said, they're still gonna go though. I wanted to make sure that these battles are really quick. As you can see, I wanted, you know, we've done a pretty quick battle at the beginning, and this one's not going to be too long either. I wanted the game to be really short form. I think that there's something to be said for some of these RPGs where sometimes you can get stuck in battles or things are just endless and they're just a giant time sink. And I wanted to get in there and just make some good moves, that sort of thing, and get to where it is that you're spending a lot of time in the planning, and in the combat is fast and fierce, and it's interesting that way, right? Alright, so we're actually going to go for the win with this guy, but probably won't get there. I did fight a decent amount of dudes. Probably this guy right now. This map may be just a tad too big, but your comments are always appreciated. She's running home. Luckily, I've got a guy here to defend. When you're in the town, this whole thing becomes your control zone, and so like he bumps this control zone and he attacks me. The towns themselves, though, they're kind of misbehaving, so those control zones are there, but sometimes things will get flanked, like this guy got flanked, but he probably shouldn't have. It also swapped positions on the boards, so that also isn't necessarily working as intended. Yeah, we took over our town, we're going to take it back. Hopefully we'll take it back. This mage needs to get moved back, because right now he's always a stab attack. It's really not that great. Not sure what a mage would do in the front rows. Maybe some sort of like fire, cone fire thing. I think it's interesting that a lot of other RPG type games, like a lot of the Final Fantasies lately, have kind of been going towards this automated battle system. I mean, mine is pretty much fully automated, there's really no control, whereas in Final Fantasy they give you a little bit. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to finish this out. Look out for ghosts. Alright, here we go. We're gonna win. Almost there. Bam. Yeah, that fireball is super exciting to see. Hopefully we got some characters we can level up this time, or rather change classes. All the classes are, the minimum's 2, level 2. We've got prerequisites there. After the next iteration of this will be, ooh, here's a whole bunch of characters that leveled up. There we go, we can kind of click through them. Now these portraits aren't dynamic yet, but they will be soon. You notice that the portraits on the other screen were. Alright, so nice. One last thing we've got here, the class change system. So basically we'll just click on our character, we can see that he's level 2. Unfortunately, all the characters right now start at level 1, because if you change a leader out to a level 1 character, you won't be able to change them back. Most of the class changes require that they're level 2. So here we have the character selected, and you can see that as I change him, maybe this male archer, you see that the graphic changes on him and all of his stats change. His alignment, these are the requirements. He needs to be level 2, have at least agility 4. That alignment, and then it's going to cost 160 times a certain amount to upgrade him to this. That's actually his gold upgrade is going to change that as well. So I hit confirm, and then it's spent 160 gold, as you can see there. So this is going to allow people to actually change their classes, and there's going to be at least 20 classes, maybe up to 30 classes on release for the game. So lots and lots of customization is what we're planning on having for the game. So that's pretty exciting. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Darren Squire signing off, saying God bless your families trying to raise so much. Make sure to download the demo and try it for yourself. And then also this year we've got a candlekin on the website as well, so you can download that, play with it, or if you have a 3D printer, access to a 3D printer, you can print one off for yourself